Hi everyone, welcome back to BSI Indonesia podcast. We're very happy to share with you on air about latest standards, knowledge, and best practices. Okay, now in our studio, we already have a lady coming all the way from Australia. Hi Phyllis.
Hi Jahan, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Maybe you could tell us a bit about yourself before we begin?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Phyllis Chen and I'm the People Partnering Lead for Asia Pacific, and I live in Sydney in Australia. I'm a mum of one little boy who is 3.5 years old, and I've been with BSI for nearly 8 years now. So yeah, that's me.
Okay, you're a working mom, right? I'm also a working mom. In fact, I'm a new mom of 7 months old baby, and I know
Congratulations again.
Yes, thank you so much. It's hard as a new mom, struggling between having to take care of the baby and also coming to the office. And I want to know from you, because you have already 3 years old baby. Toddlers. Yes. So, how do you balance your working in BSI and taking care of your family?
Yeah, no, it's really hard. I think you're only early in your journey at 7 months with your daughter, but I think it's difficult for anyone who becomes a parent, because you think your life is not really going to change, but it actually really changes. And I think I'm really, really lucky that I have a very strong support network. And I think my husband, my parents, without them, it's really hard to do what I do. And I think to balance work and life is really looking at priorities. I think, just because we've become a parent doesn't mean that we are no longer dedicated to our job or our profession or our career. It just means that we need to make time for family and actually set different expectations. And that's how I really kind of balance. I think the other thing is really communication, right? Opportunities to talk to your manager and talk to the business, how you now need to carve out time for family and look at different ways of flexibility in how you work.
Okay, so we need to develop the smart working for ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and make time for yourself and the family, for sure. And I think BSI is really good with flexibility, and I think also with smart working and COVID, it's actually given us opportunities to look at how we can balance work in a different way or work in a very different style, and I think that's something I really encourage not only individuals, moms, but the company that you work with or your line manager, to have that open communication and talk about how best to work for you and for the business and for the clients as well.
Frankly speaking, as a working mom, what is your ideal workplace?
That's hard. I think the ideal workplace is, a company or an organization that understands that we are all unique in what we do, right? It's not just working moms, working dads, anyone who's there. And so having the openness of flexibility, right? Understanding that, we will still contribute to the organization. Just because we're a mum doesn't mean we're now going to do less work or we're not going to be as effective, right? So I think for a working mum working in a business has to be something that they're really supportive of the fact that you're a role, you're a mum or you're a dad or whoever you are, and then we really look at your contribution that you provide and give back to the organization, and not just about you have to be here at 3 o'clock or you can't go pick up your child, or how do we balance that?
I know every mom is a working mom, be it whether they go to the office or not, but every mom at home is working as well, right?
Yes, no, absolutely.
It's a never-ending job.
It's a never-ending job. That's right. You as soon as you become a mum, your role never stops, right? I think you can't switch off, right? It's not like a normal job.
I haven't slept in 7 months.
Okay, well, you're not going to sleep for the next few years still, I can tell you. So you still got more to go.
Yes, right. And in BSI Indonesia, we have around 40% rate of women employees, and with many challenges faced as a working mom, as an organization, how does BSI give policy and maybe well-being initiatives to support these women?
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic question. So, I think last year we established the APAC Women's Network, and one of the core reasons why I'm so passionate about the network is how do we support women in different circumstances, different situations, and whether it's they want to build a career even though they have children, or they just want to balance their life, and listening to some other women and, what they face and how they come through, the different roles really kind of inspire others and help. I think some of the policies that we're trying to help is one of the things, I don't know if you realize, is that we have a parental mentoring program for all returning mums back to the organization, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's, I think it's one of the things that's we don't use enough, and I love to promote more of that. So, because coming back to work after you have had a baby is very, very different to when you left to have a baby, right? And so how do we make sure we can support you and your line manager and the business, because it's going to be very different, right? Is really important. And sometimes I think you need a mentorship or a support network that you can talk to each other to share some of the experiences, so that makes your life more enjoyable and how you can, operate. Because I think, as you become a mum, or, it's like you're learning a new language and a new way of working that there is no manual, there's nothing, right? So I think the shared, womenship or shared kind of opportunities to talk about that and how we can support each other is really important.
A support group really works for our mental state.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
We have a community that experience the same as we do, so we're not alone like that.
Yeah, and sometimes I think you just need to talk to another girlfriend or someone and share the story, or just, instead of talking to someone else, you've got someone who's like a kindred spirit, right? Who can understand what you're going through together.
Definitely a less burden.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so in terms of development program for women excelling their career, does BSI provide that?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So one of the things that I, love to kind of encourage all the women, and not just women, right, is to be part of our mentoring program, right? To have a look at, who they admire or who they might be able to engage with and can help them talk about career and career path opportunities within BSI. We also have a really great program, at this moment called Empowerment Leadership Program as well, which we have, people on that. We also have kind of senior leadership, women kind of entrepreneurship training that we provide women. And I think, one of the things that's quite unique is we have on-demand training available. So, for working mums, you might not be able to do a training program during work hours, and you might need to learn something that you might be interested in at your own pace. And I think, the e-platform that we have available to women and to all employees, I think gives that flexibility as well. And I encourage everyone to have a look.
I'm so proud as well that BSI support women in having a good career in BSI, because like in Indonesia itself, we have a women country manager, and also as a BSI global, we have women CEOs, right? Yes. So we didn't limit women to develop their career here.
No, absolutely not. I think, BSI is incredibly open to diversity, equality and inclusion, and I think it's one of my big drivers, for BSI within the Asia Pacific region as well. And I really encourage, everyone to be empowered, to have the opportunity to share their experience and knowledge, and don't limit yourself. That would be my advice, right? Don't limit yourself and think, I can't do that because I'm so-and-so, or I'm a woman, or I'm a mum. I think, you need to be open to opportunities. And I had the same conversation with, the country manager, Nolia, today as well, and say supporting her and supporting the rest of, the team in Indonesia is really, really exciting for us.
Perhaps last but not least, do you have any further comments for working moms, and maybe also advice for organizations out there how to put people first, especially building an inclusive culture for women?
Yeah, no, I think, my advice is actually don't be a superwoman. Right, and I think we try to do everything, and we try to be everything, and we do everything, and we think about everything. And I think sometimes it's actually okay to say, I need some help. and how can you help me, or where can I get some help and some assistance? And that's actually a strength, and it's a power to be able to say that. And I really encourage women to reach out, and then this is the way we can support each other. And I think for advice to other organizations how to be more inclusive is, I think, always question yourself, right? Always listen more and ask more questions, right? And I think try to understand maybe your own biases, and look at, am I putting myself in this situation, or am I really thinking about there's different ways or different things and how I can look at a particular situation. And I think that helps us to become more inclusive, and we question each other and support each other.
Yes, couldn't agree more of that. Yeah. So thank you so much, Phyllis, for your time, for sharing your thoughts here. And for our listener, don't forget to click subscribe, like, comment, and we would like to say Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.